welcome warriors to this pop-up class of the light map, and I am so excited to present this information for you. We are just starting to pump up with some energy here in Costa Rica. I am in Puerto Viejo as a nomad. I am staying at the Salinas, and it's an amazing lifestyle. If you haven't had the opportunity to just let things go so they can be put back together, I strongly suggest it for your own sanity and your own health, because a lot of the time what happens is we are preconditioned with ideas of what we desire and what we want, and we don't have any true authenticity to our desires. So if the music gets a little bit loud, which I see it's starting to pump up, then just let me know if that's a distraction, and we can definitely shift that to accommodate for that. Otherwise, we're just going to experience it as a part of the mood. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to meet me yet, my name is Samantha Gillis, and I am the Celestial Light Warrior. I am coming at you with energetic shifts in order to create the life that you truly desire. So let's go ahead and get started with our presentation. That is getting pretty loud. Please let me know if that becomes a distraction. Here we go. So today's solutions and gifts, we are going to work on creating and opening up those new possibilities for you and creating new patterns that are going to shift the way that you move in the world, and that are essentially going to end up increasing your bottom line, so you can create independence and move away from codependence, which will allow you to then shift into interdependence if that is the thing and the right route for you. Now, that isn't supposed to be hanging out there, but that's okay. So at the very end of this presentation is going to go on for 5 days. And if you are still with me by the end of the 5th day, there will be gifts available and ready and waiting for you, because you will not understand the gifts that I offer until you've gone through this program. And it was the great Joel Bauer that said, dreams only come true when you have one. So there has been lots and lots of people that have been affected through my methods, and have been enhanced in their lives by the way that they move in the world. They've learned how to love deeper. They've learned how to manifest better. They've created businesses for themselves. Everyone has their own unique success from my systems. And I can't help but be so proud of each and every one of these faces that are popping up here on the screen right here, right now. Yeah, that makes my heart sing.
You're very realistic when you talk to them about what needs to be done and the order of stuff that needs to be done. You're realistic about it, but you're also uplifting at the same time. Like, even if it's a big hurdle you gotta get over, you've got an attitude about you that you encourage people to do what needs to get done. You give them that extra push. You give them, you inspire them.
One of the best qualities of being a leader is somebody that can pull the truth out of you instead of trying to shove the truth down your throat. So I do certainly appreciate that feedback. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you've got the opportunity to hang out with me live, I do suggest that you tap me on the shoulder to being able to play this board game because this is one of the visual techniques that I use that shifts lives in an instant flat. Go ahead, little buddy. It's your turn. Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce an incredible woman whom I believe was put on this planet to empower the lives of people who have the good fortune of crossing her path. She is an author, a speaker, a producer, a mentor, and most importantly, a mother and an inspiration to her countless number of clients. Her simple, powerful, and proven techniques have been helping ordinary people experience extraordinary, life changing results in all areas of their lives. She is the owner and founder of the Light Warriors Academy. Please welcome, without applause, Ms. Samantha Gillis.
So, why would you be here? How do I help people? And what are the type of people that I truly help? Okay. If you have ever gone through any of these experiences where you might feel lost, alone, chaotic, um, exhausted, not good enough, lonely, um, these are all symptoms of your environment and feeling out of control. So how are we going to get into control? Well, we are going to utilize our inner being so it can be expressed in our outer being and get out of what is known as sad clown syndrome. Okay, no more sad clown. We are no longer putting on that mask. We are going to start working from the inside out. So here's what we are going to be offering you here today. We're going to be able to get you finally monetizing both online and offline if that's where you're headed. We're going to be able to up your perceived value through this visualization technique. And you're going to be able to follow this system because it is so easy that it just works. So, my system is built in a three-part process. I call it the Va Va Vroom system. And the first piece of the puzzle, which we are going to be focusing in on here today, is your vision. You are going to be learning in this 5-day masterclass how to truly hone in on your visualization using my system called the LIGHTMAP. The second piece of the puzzle is your vulnerability, which essentially is what I call the shedding process. What's going to happen is once we get you aligned into your vision utilizing the light map, then what starts to happen is things that don't belong to that vision will start to shed away and will start to um, be let go of in your world. And this can put you in a real space of vulnerability, because you can grow attachments to the things that don't belong to you. But we are working towards your greatest good, which is why we are building the light map in the first place. And the last piece of the puzzle is your visibility, because if you are not being open and willing to share who you are, then what are we doing this all for anyways, right? The whole point is to make you bigger, brighter, and more effective, not only for yourself, but for those people that you affect as well. So again, we are focusing in on our visioning technique here today called the light map. And what this is it's a piece of material of mapping that's really going to stimulate your mind in ways that you've probably not accessed before. So I'm really, really excited to deliver this content to you here today. Here's what Sukdev has to say. Go ahead, Sukdev.
Sometimes people cannot visualize where they want to be. So Samantha's first step, which talks about vision, is actually such an important step for you to realize where you're going to be. And with that external environment, you can see if your environment is not a good environment, your future is not going to be good. You can actually see that day to day. And if you change that, you can actually already see where you will actually end up in the future. So that's how I basically implement that personally.
Yeah, such great takeaways. Thank you so much for your contribution, Sukdev. It is so very meaningful. So here we go. We are going to start with the map. This is going to be a generalized overview of the process that we're going to be going through. And then we're going to break down from day to day how to really fit these techniques into creating this light map for you. Okay. So the first piece of the puzzle is this is going to be something like a scrapbook, a memory book for you. The reason for that is because there's a subliminal thing that's going to happen where we're going to scatter your mind. Your brain doesn't truly recognize what is a dream and what has already happened. So we're going to mix it up so your mind thinks that your dreams have already happened as memories. We're going to access the memory portal of your brain, and which is going to pull your dreams into your reality and turn them into memories faster than ever before. This is never been done this way before. I developed this light map technique based on an inspiration by my mentor, Mike Dooley. Okay. I read Mike Dooley's book, Infinite Possibilities. It was amazing. And he talked about how he took his vision board because he wasn't really gaining any headway with his vision board up on the wall. And I don't know about you, but I personally haven't had a lot of success with vision boards on the wall. I mean, if you do them properly, they can definitely work, but a lot of people don't do them properly. A lot of the time, they're just wishes sitting up on the wall. So what Mike Dooley did is he took those wishes and then he created this flippable memory book, much like I'm talking about, where he scattered the idea between what is a memory and what was a dream. So his mind couldn't really tell the difference between what has happened and what he would desire to have happen. So this whole system was completely inspired by Mike Dooley and his scrapbook. Okay, so the problem, though, with a system like this, for it to truly be effective, you have to be willing to look at it daily, every day, right? And that can be pretty challenging to do, which is why your phone's going to come in handy. But we're going to get into that on day 5 of the system. Right now, we're just going to focus in on how to collect the materials that you need for your light map, okay? So the first piece of the puzzle is going to be your vitality. Now, not just any vitality. And what does vitality mean? Vitality really is your energy level, your willingness to be animated and alive. So, who is that when you're 80, 90 years old? Have you ever really taken the opportunity to think about who you want to be when you're 80, 90 years old? Have you ever taken the opportunity to think about what kind of body and lifestyle you want to live in your elder years? Because I know until I actually started to implement this, I hadn't. And I can tell you straight up, my friend, that I was not headed in the direction of who I desired to be until I started to implement this process. So, your vitality. Who do you want to be when you're 80, 90 years old? You take a look at this picture here, and this was really what stimulated this for me. I saw this photo up on a meme in Facebook, and it said both of these women are 74 years old. How are you going to show up? And again, when I looked at my life at that point in time, I was headed towards the direction of the woman on the right. And I knew in my heart of hearts that I wanted to be the woman on the left, which allowed me the opportunity to start moving in the direction of creating that reality for myself. And then you just work backwards and start to create milestones for yourself on who that person is going to be and how you choose to animate this body of yours. Now, like I said, folks, this piece is an overview of the entire system. We're going to break this down granularly as we go over this in the next couple of days. So, the second piece of the puzzle is your cognitive, your mind, your creativity, right? How are you going to keep yourself functioning and keep your mind stimulated as you age? What are things that really make you feel alive in your creativity? You want to find photo representation of things that keep you cognitive. The third piece is your emotional environment. How do you want to feel in your life? Do you want to feel excited and thrilled, in awe? Do you want to feel playful or in I already said but in this stimulation and really feel at peace with yourself. You'd sit down and think about what are the feelings that I really want to be predominant in my life. And then you find photo representation of this. Again, we are going to break this down over the next 5 days. So don't worry if you're not catching this all right here, right now. So the fourth piece of the puzzle is your relationships. How do you want your relationships to show up? What about your collaborations? What is going to make you feel good in the relationships that you have in your life? Find photo representation of that. And of course, last but not least, is your wealth. What does wealth mean to you? Because it's usually so much more than what you think it is. Because wealth can be those collaborations, those partnerships. It could be being able to spend that $5 on a cup of coffee. It could be eating that dessert that you know that you want to enjoy, but sometimes just don't allow yourself to enjoy. On the flip side of that, wealth can also be feeding your body in a healthy manner, right? It could be feeling in luxuries. Excuse the little bugs again. I am in Costa Rica. I am sitting outside in the balcony at the co-work area here at the Salina, staring at the ocean, and it is a part of my light map that I created for myself and the feeling of wealth that I've created for myself. And that brings us to like completing things that make you feel abundant, right? That feeling of freedom. So because I'm an over deliverer and an over giver, there is one more piece of this puzzle, and that is, who are you energetically? If you can find photo representation of who you are energetically, then that is going to be really the icing on the cake, because that's going to supercharge your manifestation powers. Okay? Oh, look at this. I could do so much better on this slide, but that's okay. So we are focusing in on your vitality. Okay? What is the experience that you desire out of the body that you live in? I want you to sit and think on this for a minute. What is the experience that you desire out of the body that you live in when you're 80 years old? Now, go find image representation of that person that makes you feel connected, that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel in awe and in wonderment and in bliss. And from there, when you've done your homework, because this is your homework assignment tonight, is to go and find these images of your representation of who you desire to be when you're 80, and then take that opportunity to sit and think about, what are the steps that's going to take me to get me there today? What steps do I have to implement today to be that person that I want to be tomorrow? What activities are going to make me feel good to achieving that person that I want to feel like tomorrow? What foods and nourishments are going to make me feel like that person that I desire to be tomorrow? Okay? So that is your homework assignment here today, is to go and start looking at pictures of or finding pictures of your elder self, so you can really start to align in to your vitality.
So I went ahead and I did what you said, and I got this. I have had this frame for a long time, but it's big. Okay, and it just cycles through pictures of my life, and I have put in pictures of my future, like the birth of my son, and then it kind of goes into, yeah, it's on just like a roll, so it goes through all kinds of past, present, and future. So I just wanted to let you know, like when you were sending me those vibes, I was like, yeah, I'm going. That's so good, Mel. So and it's good. And it's like just me, like kind of always way out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, this is my studio space, and like all the pictures are like full of love, and I catch myself like looking at them and be like, and I'll be like, yeah, a big hug yoga studio class called, I exist in the space.
She's went ahead and manifested that yoga studio now, by the way.
For like reminding me that I have this beautiful frame, that I have this beautiful life. Like, I've been denying myself, like watching drama and pictures, and I don't have like a physical picture of her taking me here in the house. It's like, oh yeah, like it's nice to see her face and feel her energy too. And yeah, so thank you for that really like beautiful tip. I hope to keep adding to my scrapbook as we get some real photos of us like out being out in the community, and then it'll be like, is that a real one or is that not?
Okay, so, and then this is Carrie. Carrie also wanted to do something different. She went through my process and was able to finally be able to shift the life direction that she was heading, which allowed her to create an Instagram profile that is making headway in so many ways. She's finally expressing her creativity in the way that she wants to. Excuse me. And is finally being able to have the relationship show up in her life the way that she wants it to.
Help me prove that I'm more than capable of Samantha. And yeah, and we're totally going to be in touch. And I seriously can't wait for our next upcoming collaboration.
Yeah. So all of these people have experienced my process in one form or another. So what my process looks like here today is again, it's a step-by-step process. So the first piece of the puzzle is your vision. The second is through surrender. The third is reclaiming your personal self. And then we go through power presence, storytelling, reframing, so important, networking through the lens. Now we're getting into broadcast brilliance here, the brand that's called you, because a part of the process really is about building your personal independence. And if you don't create that, then you are not stepping into your powerful lives of contribution. So all of this is a part of my process. We're not going to get into that here today. I thought I had closed this down as a part of the presentation because all of this is going to be delivered at the end. So I want to take this opportunity and say thank you so much for showing up here on this rendition of creating your own personal light map, because without this light map, none of this could be possible. So thank you again so much for enjoying this with me here today. If you've got any comments, questions, feedback, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can leave a comment under the video. You can message me personally. Your options are definitely available for you. And I am so excited to be able to share with you the next piece of the puzzle next week. Make it the best day possible, and bye for now.